re-recording this now because earlier it was really windy. We might not have the audio of what we're doing. We can't always go camping, obviously every weekend. That's impossible. We can't take off that many days from work. We have to have jobs so we can pay our bills. When we can't go camping, we like to go explore like abandoned buildings and ghost towns and stuff, which Utah has a lot of because of the mining in the late 1800s, and it kind of died down during World War II in the 1930s, and some of them kicked up again afterwards, but most of them didn't. So there's a lot of abandoned buildings that are 75 or almost 100 years old, and it's pretty cool because there's a lot of them in this part of Utah, especially the more south you go towards Nevada and Arizona. Area very well.
Kevin is talking to my parents. I think he's talking to my dad now because they are meeting us here, and usually it's us that's late 10 or 15 minutes, and oh, I don't have my watch. It is now them. I'm pretty sure they're like 15 going on 20 minutes late. They did have a trailer axle issue. I don't know how they got lost coming to Saratoga Springs. I'm not super familiar with Saratoga Springs, but I feel like there's only one. And we're at the only Chevron that's in it. But we'll see. Maybe they have a good excuse. Where are they? What were they doing?
I don't know. They're way south. They said that they just took the Saratoga Springs highway, but I think they took the exit after this one. So they went down to like American Fork south past Thanksgiving Point.
Oh.
So they're going to be coming from down there, down that road right here.
How far away are they?
They shouldn't be far. I don't know what road this is, but they said 2300 west. It was part of the original Pony Express delivery routes.
That's very cool. Oh, they have the bikini top on.
At work, it started to rain just a little bit, and people were like, Kevin, it's raining, is your Jeep gonna be okay? And I go, it's gotta be because my windows are at home. And people are like, that's something I've never heard someone say to me before, like I left my windows at home for my car. So. 40-inch tires.
As you can see, Kevin's a little bitter about my dad's Jeep. And he likes to say, oh, it's boring to watch Wayne because his Jeep's too capable. But you know deep down inside, if he could have a Jeep like that, he would have it. So I think part of the complaining comes from jealousy.
Yes.
But we aired on our tires. What do you usually ride them at?
Right now they're at like 25.
So on the road, he's usually riding them at 25, and you air down to about 10, 15. Hello, Mama! This is my parents' first time out here near 5 Mile Pass, I believe, right?
Yes.
Unloading the Jeepies. Alright, so coming with us today, we've got tons of recovery gear. I think Kevin, when we get in the car, I'll ask him to go over more of what's in this bag. It's kind of a tool bag. Got everything in it, super heavy. More tools. I think these are bigger tools down in here, but again, we'll have to ask him. We've got our camelbacks. We put the bladders inside of our cooler because we were really sick of not having cold water when we were so hot and sweaty outside. So we've kind of started to do that. We brought a little bit of extra water. This one will be warm, but if all else fails or we need it, or especially when we are putting the gas, which we've got gas on the top, which we always have to bring because we ran out. When we are putting the gas in from that, we still haven't found a way to do it without leaking gas. It is the best gas can, but we just cannot find a good spout that doesn't allow it to leak. So sometimes we need some water to rinse that all off. We've got all of our camera gear, tripod, things like that. The back of my chair has all these pouches that are connected to the seat cover, and that's pretty cool. We bring lots of snacks in there. We have lunches, brought tons of ice packs. This time there's a bunch on the bottom too. Simple things to eat. I like having raspberries. I really like having applesauce fruit cups because we can just open one side of them a little bit and then poke a hole in the other, and they're really easy to eat in the car. Along with these, they're in fruit juice, not syrup, so nothing too crazy. I think in here we have cold weather gear. Oh, and it looks like tie downs as well. But just in case it comes to it, what do you take in the tool bag?
Tools.
Obviously.
Sockets.
What kind of recovery gear and tools?
Well, we can go over the recovery gear more because there is so much stuff in that, like from our toe straps, valve stems, the valve stem replacer from the outside of the wheel, the valve stem that goes on the inside of the, I can't think of the word of that. But in my tools, I just have like sockets, and like this is just all crescent wrenches on that side, and then here it's sockets and like gloves and lots of random tools, and then on this side it's like screwdrivers and wrenches and a pipe wrench, a crowbar, and a hammer. Just random tools that go with the Jeep. And the recovery gear, air compressors in here. Tie downs in there. That's all we bring for this.
And when we first started out doing this, I read this big thing that don't bring more food than you're gonna need because you're not gonna eat it, which is true when you're camping for multiple days and you're trying to pack everything into a cooler that you're gonna eat for, you know, 4 or 5 days. But going on a daily trip, I cannot tell you the amount of times that we've eaten food that I didn't think we would eat, that I brought just because it's in a container, and I'll just bring the whole container. I don't want to separate a little piece of it. And then we end up being out longer than I thought, and we end up eating that. So when we go on just day trips like this, I plan 1, sometimes even 2 extra meals, because sometimes we won't be super hungry for lunch, so we don't eat it, a huge one, and then sometimes we're out late and we need to eat on the way home, and it helps us not stop and eat fast food, which is kind of nice.
Good to go. What do you go down to?
Oh, what, 12?
Yeah, that's what I did 11.
Just the first line above 10?
Yeah, right above there, yeah, right around.
Same thing?
Yeah. So this road that we're gonna go on is kind of just mountainy.
Yeah, okay.
And then it's 20 miles as a crow flies to where Eureka and Mammoth and Silver City is. And all around there's tons of abandoned stuff.
Yeah, that's all the Eurekas towards St. Anthony, remember? Yeah.
So
St. Anthony, Idaho?
No, not St. Anthony.
I was like, are you serious?
No, we're south.
Almost to the sand dune.
be huge. Because I bet all these big rocks were a part of the side of it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Eureka and Alberta. Alberta is in Canada. To kind of explore there. From what we have seen on the internet, there are a lot of, I don't know if I'd necessarily call it a ghost town, but abandoned buildings or things like that, that we are headed to now. Just had a nice snack of cut up veggies. Thank you, Harmons, for always prepping my veggies for me.
We've been driving for a couple of hours on dirt.
Yes.
And we're coming up to Holmansville.
Yep, Holmansville. So we just turned off of Allen Ranch Road and now we are on Holmansville Pass Road. Right now we're using an app called NavMii, N-A-V-M-I-I, which has been really great, but it just shows it as a little trail, but it's pretty graded and really easy. I wouldn't call it a hard jeeping trail by any means.
Just a road.
We're gonna try and come, but we found it another way. And now I'm just looking at this weird car that's just here. How old do you think it is? What do you think?
60, because it's so long.
Oh, because the length of it? Okay.
Look at that trunk, I'm like 6 feet. It's like a truck bed.
Oh yeah, that's so long in the back. This is just in the town. We're trying to find our way up to Tinted.
Broken windows.
Yeah.
All abandoned buildings, all in there. Oh my gosh, that's an open mine shaft. Point your finger out. See that mine shaft?
This is what we can see. Yeah, maybe this is what we can see.
Yeah, and I think that's the original up there. We'll go up to it.
See what mine shaft?
Right there on the ground.
Oh.
It's like 40 feet across. It's huge.
Wow.
This machinery and things. So cold, it's freezing.
Ready? So look at that metal, that flat, it's a chain, it's actually metal, and it runs all the way up to the top of this. And
it's kind of hard because the sun is right behind it.
And it runs all the way up to the very top, yeah, and then it runs down into that building. And on that slanted upright with that pipe, that's steps. Those are handrails.
Oh my gosh, like crazy people.
Yeah, that's nuts. I would never do that.
Oh.
There are safety stops on those. You see how those rails are engineered? There's those two chains that are at slack right now. Those will stop it from.
Where chains? Oh, those chains. Craziest thing for me is like this bench right here. How many people do you think worked at this bench? Stood there and did stuff, did actual work. I wish people just wouldn't graffiti.
Switch interrupt with wood so that it won't conduct past this. So something right here would turn on when this would come down, and it goes to that main shaft. Oh, you can see it. This collar moves forward and backwards on this arm, on this pipe that I'm standing on, through this little switch. So when that moves backwards or forwards, I wouldn't have on or off.